Hey, it's TrueFlight here. This time we're going to be taking a look at another one of my favorite games. This one's Elite Dangerous. I've been playing it for just over a year now, and don't have the newest expansion that came out for it, but I do plan on getting it. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's basically a 3D representation of our entire Milky Way. Each one of these little dots is a star system. They have planets, moons, and whatnot around them. And to give you a kind of a sense of scale, I can zoom out a little bit here. All these lines are jump paths between stars. We can keep scrolling out here. And the density between the stars gets farther and farther apart the farther out we go, meaning you'll have to have a ship with higher jump capability to get between them. If we scroll all the way out, you can see our entire Milky Way galaxy. So we zoom back in. The solar system up there is where Earth is. We're way down here in the middle of nowhere. Now, some people complain that the space is too big and that you can't ever find anybody. This colored map here is what they call power play. This is all the different factions that are in the game, what systems they control. This is constantly changing as control of different systems changes depending on events that players do. But for the most part, if you stay in these core systems here, this is where you're going to run into the most people. This is where most of the events take place. This is where a lot of the PvP takes place and things like that. If you move out into the outskirts, you can see that that's just a tiny little section of the entire galaxy. The farther away from here you get, the less of a chance of you running into other players, but it gives you a chance to explore and actually tag some of these systems and put your name on things for having been discovered by. There's also alien races that are hiding out there. With the new expansion, you can also land on all the planets and check them out too. A lot of them are barren. A lot of them have resources that can be mined. There's all sorts of different things you can do. You can also check out a more zoomed in map of the system you're currently in. This is the one I'm in right now. We have our main sun here, and then 5 planets orbiting it. Each planet in this system has a station orbiting it, and then there's a moon here as well. This station's actually a different faction than all the others. Anyway, I learned from some of my friends who play the game that it makes it a lot easier if you use a add-on program called Voice Attack. This lets you control some of the ship functions with your voice rather than having to actually manually control everything and remember what buttons do what, because it uses pretty much every button on the keyboard. Mine's running in the background here. She goes by the name Ivy. Ivy.
What can I do for you, Commander?
She basically controls a lot of my combat functions and things.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
It's a little rusty at flying here. Let's see if we can take off without getting fined. Gear up.
Landing gear up.
Thank you.
I live to serve.
Now the whole game is played from a first-person perspective because you're actually sitting in your cockpit. You can look at your different displays and heads up. Right now we're going to take a little course, fly out by the sun. There's a nav beacon out that way. And see if we can't find some bounties to pick up. Of course, we're too far. There's the nav beacon. Not paying attention. So now we're locked onto that nav beacon. Looks like it's behind us. is on the other side of the station. Engines.
Diverting power to engines.
We can't engage our main drive when we're this close to the station, so the first thing we'd had to do is get out of range of the station here. Which would have been easier had I gone the right way the first time. As soon as we're clear of the station, our mass lock meter over there will drop off. There we go. Engage Super Cruise. Oh. Engage Cruise.
Preparing for in-system jump.
Charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Helps if you remember what commands do what. Now we're in Super Cruise. This is basically where we can look around the system and see what's going on. Other ships and other players will show up in this as a comet. This is how you basically fly around a solar system. At sublight speeds to explore. You can use your scanners to scan various things. We have all sorts of scanners on board. I have a detailed scanner. Gets me a little bit more money for scanning planets. And of course my warrant scanner over there. My weapon systems, which are all disabled in this mode. And the time for the distance to target there, you can see ticking down, is all relative to your current speed. Right now we're still accelerating, which is why the time's going down much faster than it should. In which case we need to start decelerating, because we're coming up on it pretty quickly here. Yeah, unlike most games, you actually have to decelerate in this. Some people find, oh, and I'm being interdicted. Let's go see who it is. Somebody's knocking me out of cruise. Usually it's either pirates who want to attack you, or somebody who wants to scan you. And I'm being shot at. Arm weapons.
Here comes the fun part.
Combat mode.
All systems are set and ready to go.
He's kicking my butt.
Shields offline. Hull integrity compromised.
Really?
Under attack.
Use our laser cannons to try to knock out her shields. So I'm a little bit out of practice for combat. Come on, drop those stupid shields. As soon as I can knock her shields out, I can beat the crap out of her.
Flight assist off. Shields online. Flight
Thank
assist
you.
on.
I live to serve.
Target shields offline.
There we go. These miniguns make quick work of hull armor. They're not so great against shields, though. Ah, those are big guns.
Shields offline. Taking damage. Target destroyed.
Only a $400 bounty for that. Well, definitely see I'm out of practice. Let our shields come back online here before we do anything. We'll get back on course.
Shields online.
Balance power.
Returning balanced power to all systems.
Engage cruise.
Cruise engines
Frameshift
charging.
drive charging.
And when I reinstalled on my new computer, I apparently forgot to
1. Engage.
disable a couple of the computer voices so they talk over each other, but that's alright. Oh, coming in way too fast. We're gonna overshoot. Maybe not. Yep, we overshot. And when we get in range here, we can drop out and see if we can find any bounties here like we were planning on doing before we were so rudely interrupted. Disengage.
Dropping to sublight speed.
Lots of targets around. Over there. There's a wanted guy right there. Arm weapons? Arm weapons.
Pulling out the guns.
Combat mode.
All systems are set and ready to go.
We need battle music.
Coming right up.
Gotta love life. Whoa! Oh, that hurt. Stop. Not the way I meant to take him out. By ramming him in my face, but that works. This is basically the poor man's way to make some money. Fly around these nav beacons, scan what ships you come across, find the guys who have warrants out for them and take them out. Then you can fly by the nearby systems and claim the bounties on them. There's one there. I think this other guy's going to attempt to take him out as well. I'm surrounded by wanted guys. This is not good. We're gonna go after that one. Hope this other guy doesn't get in our way. Come on, he's gonna be dead before we get there. power into the engines here. There we go. I think we got his attention now.
Target shields.
His shields are
offline.
down. Switching to the guns. A little bit far out, but keep scrambling my weapon systems. As soon as they sight back in. So other ships get in my way.
Target shields online.
Knock those shields back out.
Target shields offline.
Oh man. Keep scrambling my weapon targeting. The guns are shooting everywhere.
Target destroyed.
70,000 for that one. Nice. So there's lots more you can do, mostly exploring. There's faction missions you can do. You can get involved in conflict wars
Scan detected.
and change the controls of systems and whatnot. It has been a little while since I played, so I'm trying to get a hang for it again, which is why this is all I'm probably going to be doing this time, but... And we got another one. Come on.
Target shields
There we go.
offline.
Yeah, I probably need a better weapon layout. I just bought this ship not too long ago, so I haven't done a lot with the build on it. Multi-cannons are one of my favorite weapons, but they do absolutely nothing to shielded targets.
Target destroyed.
Whoa. This is why we got the beam lasers on there. The plan is to knock out their shields with the beam lasers and then use the multi-cannons to shred their hull once the shields are down. Need a little bit of work on my loadout on this ship still, but it can hold its own. I don't see anybody else around to bother. They used to have a really cool custom blue HUD instead of this standard default one, but apparently in one of the updates they did more recently took out the option for custom HUD colors, which is kind of annoying. There's some targets. Of course, that guy's going to be Wannadee's master. Nope. our next target.
Target shields offline.
Sad little eagle, but that shows
Target
you what the
destroyed.
weapons on this can actually do. That's a harmless guy. We should be able to take him out without even thinking about it. You can actually look and see how much the bounty's worth before you attack them too, but we're going after everybody today regardless.
Target shields offline.
Shoot you down. No, my adder was never that maneuverable when I had one.
Target destroyed.
Radar says there's some ships over here somewhere.
Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Well, not seeing anybody else out here at the tournament. Might head back, so this isn't a horribly boring video.
Scan detected.
Giving you the idea of a basic, whoa, that was a bad guy.
Scan detected.
Gotta knock those shields down before we can do anything here.
Target
There we
shields
go.
offline. Target
Nice.
destroyed.
Does this mean I can get those new decal stickers for my hull that we talked about?
Maybe, Ivy. We might have enough now. So if you look over here, these are the bounties that we just picked up. Not a bad haul for only being out here a few minutes. So what we're going to do is set a course back to the nearest station. And go back, refuel, refit, and collect on our bounties. And there's our target. Disarm weapons.
Concealing weapons, Commander.
Engage crews.
Destination engaged.
Drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And we're back in Super Cruise. Heading back to our station here. It's probably the same station we left from. I didn't actually check where we started. But that's a quick look at going out and grabbing some quick bounties for cash. Next time maybe we'll go out and do some missions or join up with a faction war. See if we can't find some capital ships. Once I get the hang of flying this thing again. Oh, we're going way too fast. We're not even going to try. Use the planet's gravity here to kind of slow us down. We're still going way too fast. So we'll slingshot around this planet. Use it to brake. That did the trick. I'm talking and not paying attention to my throttle settings. There's our station. And our final approach here. Disengage.
Dropping to sublight speed.
Oh, that's a terrible angle to come in from. These ones are so much easier to land on than the giant D20 looking stations. They're always hard to figure out what side is the front. Oh, you stop, I've got enough power. Request dock.
Right away, sir.
Normally you have to remember all of these button presses to request dock.
Request granted.
Not me. Ivy does it for me. Get ourselves lined up here. And of course I'm speeding. Don't want to get fined once we get in range of the station here, so we better cut the throttle back a hair. Dang, you can definitely tell I'm out of practice at this. We're looking for docking port 18 once we get in there. It's right there, I can see it from here. Gear down.
Landing gear extended.
Thank you.
I live to serve.
Try to get a good landing here instead of crashing because I'm out of practice. Not too horrible.
Docking successful. Engines
Not that
disengaged.
bad. And we're gonna... I don't think we need to top up our fuel, but we will repair and reload our guns. It's the downside of running multi-cannons. You have to buy ammo. For our contacts on the station, we have 89,000 credits in Empire bounties and 26,000 in Prismatic Imperium. Pretty good haul for a short run. And then you can check your local bulletin board, see what kind of missions are available from here if you wanted to. These are the ones I can take. These are ones that are available, but I either don't have enough faction to take them, or I'm the wrong faction. Excuse me. Then we can check out what's for sale here. A couple new ships actually since the last time I've been around. I think the Python's actually what we're going to save up for next. But I'm pretty happy with my ASP, so. I always hit the wrong button. And then of course, if you were wanting to change parts on your ship, you can change all the different various parts of your ship, locations where your weapons are mounted. All of your internals. You can see I got a lot of low-class parts on here because I just bought this ship. There's a better look at my ship. You can actually get custom things to put in your ship and paint jobs and things like that, which I haven't really invested in. And you can also buy and sell goods from various systems, transport them to other systems. Unlike most games, the prices don't stay the same. Things in here have various quantities that you can tell by the supply column here. This is how many they have on supply in this station. So you find something like this that they have lots of in supply on this station. You'll buy them here. You take them to a station that has a low supply where they'll be worth more money. And that's pretty much how you make your money in this game. The average over here is what they're averaging for on other systems. I mean, you have the demand cost here of the things they're looking for on this station. And as you buy things, like say there's only one of these here, if I were to buy that, they would no longer have any of those in stock. And it would probably go from a supply to a demand because they need more. That sort of thing. Saves people from being able to run the exact same cargo routes over and over because eventually the place you're taking it to is going to be full and not want anymore, and the place you're buying it from is going to run out and not have any more to sell you. So it's just an interesting way the market works in this game. Anyway, that's a quick look at Elite Dangerous. Hopefully I can get together with a couple guys and go out and actually do some missions or something and get a better video for you in the future, but just wanted to show it off and give you a feel for what it was like. And we'll see you in the next video.